Good morning, friends, and happy Friday. I'm here with another story to end our week about plants. Today, we are going to read Water, Weed, and Wait. Something that can be very hard is the last word, which is wait. I don't like waiting. But with certain things, we have to wait and we have to be patient. So let's see. The kids in room 9 at Pepper Lane Elementary were tending their plants when Miss Marigold, the garden lady, dashed in. "Look how your seeds have grown," she said. "All but mine," sighed Zack. "My radish croaked. Dead, dead, dead." "Why?" she asked. "I don't know. I watered it every single day," said Zack. Miss Marigold raised her eyebrow. "Oh," said Zack. "Too much?" "That's okay." Miss Marigold pulled a seed packet from her hat. "Here, try again." So that's Miss Marigold, the plant lady. They're all looking at their plants. They're just starting to grow. "My sunflower needs a home," said Daisy. "Great idea. We could plant a garden," said Miss Marigold. As the recess bell rang, "Let's go find a spot." Outside, the children looked for a garden home. "Mr. Barks-a-lot lives there," whispered Ben. "I know things could grow by his yard." "Mr. Barks-a-lot?" asked Miss Marigold. We just call him that," said Ben. "Mr. Barkley yells when we're too loud or when a ball hits the fence." So they're looking for a plant, an area to plant their seeds. Zack stared at the weeds and litter. "Here? You're kidding." "It's hard as a rock," said Daisy, scuffing the soil. "Lots of gardens start out like this," said Miss Marigold. Ben pushed aside prickly bushes. "Take a look," he said. The students took turns peeking through a knothole. "Whoa," said Daisy. "No way," said Zack. "Fantastic," said Miss Marigold. After recess, the students went back to the classroom full of ideas for their garden. "But how do we start?" asked Zack. "School gardens take plans, plants, and people," said Miss Marigold. "Then you water, weed, and wait." Ben remembered the messy weeds and trash. "We'll have to clean up first." So they're making their plans. That Saturday, the Pepper Lane playground buzzed with activity. Teachers and students, moms and dads, neighbors and friends all worked together. Mrs. Wheeler from the nursery handed out rakes and shovels. Mr. Flores from the hardware store brought pruners. Mr. Pappas, the grocer, served lemonade and oatmeal cookies. Everyone trimmed and dug and raked and weeded. "What's all that noise?" came a growly voice from behind the fence. Up popped a big straw hat holding two grumpy eyebrows. So here they are working to clean up the area. And there's the old man that lives next door to the school. They call him Mr. Barks-a-lot because he complains a lot. No one said a word. Zack backed away. Daisy hid behind a wheelbarrow. "What's going on?" came the voice. "It's Mr. Barks-a-lot," Ben whispered. "Who will explain to Mr. Barkley?" asked Miss Marigold, looking right at Ben. Ben fidgeted with his shovel, then stepped forward. "Hi, Mr. Barkley. We're the Pepper Lane cleanup crew." "It's Saturday," barked Mr. Barkley. "Shouldn't you all be home?" We're starting a garden like yours. Ben pointed to the knothole. Growled Mr. Barkley. He glared at all the sweaty workers. Then he was gone. Just as everyone was getting back to work, Mr. Barkley appeared on the Pepper Lane side of the fence. "What are you staring at? We've got a lot to do," he snapped. Soon, Mrs. Marigold and Mr. Barkley were huddled together, drawing plans in the dirt. The next week brought big changes: winding paths, a big yellow tub for watering, and a compost bin. Saws hummed and hammers banged to make garden boxes. Zach's dad backed a big truck into the playground and dropped the tailgate. Out poured mounds of good, rich soil. Soil is a type of dirt. At last, planting day came. "Meet my good guys for the garden," said Miss Marigold, holding up a bag. "Ladybugs," said Daisy. "Right. They'll get to work when our work is done," said Miss Marigold. "Ready, set, dig!" Everyone dug. Then they shook out seeds and planted veggies and flowers. Ladybugs flew into their new home. "Keep going," huffed Mr. Barkley. "Dig a shallow circle around the roots so the water seeps deep." "Thanks," replied Ben. Said Mr. Barkley. "There go the ladybugs. Ladybug, ladybug, fly away home." A few days later, Daisy discovered specks of green. "Radishes," she said. "All they needed was soil, sun, and water," said Miss Marigold. "But not too much water," said Zach. Every week the students gardened. They watered, they weeded, they waited. Bit by bit, all around the garden, peppers and zucchini, snow peas and bean vines, snapdragons and zinnias grew bigger and bigger. On one visit, Miss Marigold helped the class make a worm bin. "Wiggly worms keep the soil loose," she said, reaching for a jar. "And now for some worm tea." "Worm tea? Ew," said Zach. "Not for you, for the plants," said Miss Marigold. "Worm poop is fabulous. Plants love it, and pests hate it." Soon the garden brimmed with flowers and fruits and vegetables. "Look what your hard work has done," said Miss Marigold. "Time to celebrate." That Friday the students dressed in garden costumes. When Daisy twirled, her pink petals swirled. Ben wiggled in his earthworm suit. Zach was a round red radish. Fresh-picked flowers and garden treats covered the tables. There were enough fruit and veggie kebabs for everyone. So, all their hard work is paid off, and now they get to have a party. Ben heard humming from across the garden path. Miss Marigold was escorted by a dancing carrot. "Who is that?" Daisy asked. The carrot bellowed a song for all to hear. "Pepper Lane's the place to be. Tomato slices, sweet mint tea. Peppers, carrots, beans, and peas, cucumbers and strawberries, garden treats for you and me. Pass the dips and yogurts, please." Who do you think's in the carrot costume? Everyone clapped. The singing carrot took a bow. Off flopped his green top. "Mr. Barkley!" shouted Ben. "Surprise!" said Mr. Barkley. "And I have another surprise." He showed them dry brown pods that were frizzled at the top. "Dead, dead, dead," said Zack. "Not so fast," said Mr. Barkley, pulling at the pods. "Seeds," said Daisy. "What kind are they?" "Who's your garden lady?" asked Mr. Barkley. "Marigolds," shouted the kids. "Let's get planting," said Miss Marigold. Marigold is a type of flower. It's actually very good for the soil to have marigolds. So now they're going to plant marigold seeds. Then we'll water, weed, and wait. Isn't that a nice story? A class worked together to plant a nice garden, and the grumpy old neighbor even got involved. And he turned out to be pretty nice after all. So I hope you enjoyed our story. I sure do miss you. But I hope you're having a great day and a great week, and that you're having some fun. And it's the weekend. I'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.